What's up, you guys? So there's been recently some sort of a little bit of controversy surrounding this producer. I know you've probably seen the video of a producer who supposedly works with Lecrae, where he kind of aired out some dirty laundry. What's up, Bebe? And I kind of wanted to talk to kind of maybe clear up some things to, because my initial reaction was probably the same reaction that a lot of you guys had, which is like, yo, this dude's being petty and whatnot. But upon like watching the video a second time around, like he didn't say this specifically, but this is kind of where I think he's coming from. And if this is the case, then I can a little bit understand why he's upset and why he feels the need to kind of, you know, put Lecrae or Reach or whatever on blast. So when you're working with an artist of that caliber, like let's say it's somebody like Lecrae, right? Because I would consider him like, somebody who's major. They have their business in order, so you can expect there to be, contracts and split sheets involved. So with split sheets, anytime a song gets published, there are splits involved. So that means they take that song, they cut it right down the middle. 50% of the profits go to, I say this is just kind of like hypothetical. 50% goes to the writers, 50% goes to the producers or the composers. In this case, again, hypothetically, let's say Lecrae wrote the song, he wrote the hook, so he's gonna get 100% of that 50%. So he gets 100% of the writing credit, or the writing share. The producer, right, this dude who sent the beat to Lecrae, he was probably thinking and expecting, like, all right, if he writes something to it, then I'm going to get the other half. I'm going to get, 100% of the other 50%. The issue is that he seemed to be upset because Lecrae told him or responded and said, like, hey, my people are working on it and they're kind of changing some things up. Now, as a producer, me personally as a producer, I don't have an ego, I don't have no clout or nothing like that. So I would probably take that as like, all right, so it turned from, me just giving you something into a collaboration with some other dudes. All right, I would kind of take it as a compliment because like, yo, this other dude who consistently works with somebody of Lecrae's caliber thinks that my stuff is dope enough and that he wants to like do something more to it. Right? That's how I would take it. However, the way this guy probably took it is like, all right, well, I'm sitting here expecting my share, my 50%, and now he said he's got a team of people that he's working with that are changing things. So that might take my 50% down to 20%. And essentially, the producer has no say. So unless that producer was in the room, right, and this is kind of the case, and this is the nature of being an online producer or making music in our day and age where a lot of things are sent via email, that you're not the one in the room making the final decisions. So if this guy was anticipating, well, all right, I've probably worked with this person before, I've worked with artists like him before in the past, and, I can expect I can anticipate or estimate what my cut would be. Well, once Lecrae gets his other people involved, obviously, like without the producer's consent, well, that's going to get cut down. And if music is your livelihood, I would understandably be upset. Now, I don't want to say it's the nature of music or the music industry, but stuff like this happens a lot. And in his defense, it's probably happened to him a whole lot to the point where like he's kind of fed up and he's, willing to open up and talk about it. I know for a fact there are other producers who have worked with like Beyonce and Jay-Z, and you look at the song credits and the producer credits are given to, or they also include Beyonce and Jay-Z. Beyonce and Jay-Z don't make beats. Beyonce doesn't play an instrument. Now it could be something as simple as like, hey, well, I'm so-and-so, put me on that production credit so that my check is bigger, so that I get a bigger cut of that cake. Or it could be something as complicated as like, hey man, I like this beat, but I don't like that kick that he uses. Can you switch the kick out? Like, I mean, that can be a little bit more tedious than just like, oh, well, EQ the snare up a little bit, and then all of a sudden they get production credit. So again, we don't know the whole story, and there's obviously two sides to every story. But from a producer standpoint, I could understand if this is the reason why that person is upset and why they're frustrated, and probably why they feel the need to air them out, because it's probably something that happens in the industry a whole lot. Certainly hasn't happened to me yet. But I would imagine once I get to a certain level that kind of stuff does end up happening a lot more. But let me know what you guys think, and if you guys seen the video, because obviously like it's been going around a lot in the CHH world. Anyways, boy, Mr. Cruz out.